Hello, and welcome to the Data Matching module. My name is Craig. This module covers the data matching rules for listed options, supplemental options, names, and email addresses. It also covers partial matches and call dumping. When choosing from listed options, select the option that matches the first intent provided by the caller, unless there is a both/all option. The following are utterance examples.
I would like a first-class seat instead. I want to upgrade to a business class seat with extra legroom. Cancel a fraudulent order. Victoria Castor at yahoo.com.
And
Cancel this because I've had a bad member experience and I'm moving out of the country.
when callers provide information that does not match any of the listed options, select the button labeled Other. An example utterance is,
I need other options.
when the caller says the phrase,
Something else.
select the appropriate Something Else radio button or checkbox. If the caller says,
Something else.
and there's no Something Else radio button or checkbox present, select the No Match button instead. Note that Other and Something Else are frequently grouped together as a combined Other/Something Else selection. When the caller says
Both.
or
All.
select the appropriate Both or All radio button or checkbox. For example, if the caller says,
I want both of those.
or
All of those options sound good to me.
select the appropriate Both or All option. Note that Both and All are frequently grouped together as a combined Both/All selection. However, other variations of these options exist depending on the specific application. For radio button sets, if the caller says
Both.
or
All.
and there is no Both or All radio button present, select No Match. Remember, multiple selections in a radio button set are not possible. If a caller provides more than one option listed in a radio button set but does not say Both or All, select only the first option mentioned by the caller. For example,
I have a PC and a Mac.
receives PC/Windows because the caller named that option first. Unlike radio buttons, multiple checkbox selections are possible. If the caller lists multiple checkbox options, stack all of the options in the order stated by the caller. Note: refer to the transcript to see which items are being discussed, then make the appropriate selections. When a caller does not want any of the selections and responds with either
Neither. None. None of that works for me.
or,
Neither of those options sound good.
select the matching radio button or checkbox if they are present on screen. If the caller says
Neither.
or
None.
and the option does not exist in the form of a radio button, checkbox, or button inside the conversational handlers tree, select No at the bottom of the IAD. Listed options are frequently paired with checkboxes designed to handle responses that cannot be matched to a displayed option and that do not receive the No Match static button. These options can appear individually or as part of a combined selection. Callers who say the information requested of them is not available are handled with the Don't Have checkbox. Examples include,
I don't have what you're asking for. That information is not available to me.
and
I no longer have access to that.
Won't give or skip is chosen when a caller refuses to provide the requested information or wishes to bypass the prompt, respectively.
I do not want to tell you that. I'm not going to give you that information.
and
none of your business.
are all responses that lead to the selection of won't give, while
Skip this part.
is handled with the skip checkbox. Don't have, won't give, and skip checkboxes are sometimes combined into single options such as don't have / won't give or won't give / skip, depending on the specific application. If the caller wants to know why a particular piece of information is being requested, select why or why need.
Why do you need this? Why is that necessary?
And
Why do you want to know?
are all example utterances that lead to the selection of why or why need. If the caller indicates they do not know the answer to the question being asked, select Don't Know at the bottom of the IAD.
Unknown. I have no idea.
And
I can't remember.
are Don't Know examples. Name verification prompts are a frequent occurrence. If the caller provides a nickname or shortened version of the name on screen, match it. For example, if you see the name Jonathan on screen and the caller says John, select the corresponding radio button. Other examples include matching
Kathy.
to Catherine,
Dave.
to David,
Chuck.
to Charles, and
Pat.
to either Patrick or Patricia. Here's a list of some of the most popular nicknames. Pause the video in order to become more familiar with them and press play when you are ready to proceed. In instances where the first and last names are incorrectly formatted, with the last name preceding the first, it is acceptable to make selections as long as the names provided are present. Callers may occasionally include their middle names. It is acceptable to make selections in these instances as long as the first and last names are present on screen. For example, it is appropriate to match a caller saying, "My name is Peter Benjamin Parker," with Peter listed as the first name and Parker listed as the last. Similarly, a caller may state a generational suffix along with their name, such as senior, junior, or a number, such as the third. Handle these instances in the same manner. I'm Richard York III, with Richard listed as the first name and York listed as the last. If the first name listed is a title or professional designation, such as Mr., Miss, Doctor, Officer, or Esquire, and the last name listed matches the name the caller provides, match both names. For example, if the first name has Doctor and the last name has Jonathan Smith, and the caller says John Smith, match Doctor for the first name and Jonathan Smith as the last name. A partial match occurs when only the first or last name listed on screen is provided by the caller. An example of a partial match is a caller providing only
Michelle
as their name, while on screen, Michelle is listed as the first name and Fraser is listed as the last name. Emails require matching as well. It is important to match both the username or local part as well as the domain. For example,
Mike@yahoo.com
is handled with the mike@yahoo.com radio button, and not the mike@gmail.com option. Analysts should avoid handling utterances too quickly or submitting utterances too early. These actions, commonly referred to as call dumping or cutoffs, prevent callers from completing their full statements and lead to hastily selecting non-matching, incorrect options. Cutoffs negatively impact both the caller's experience and the analyst's quality score. For example,
AustinTexas.gov Roberta Greenwich. I dislike the styles.
Listening to the caller's complete utterance is the only way to ensure proper handling. Excessive call dumping can lead to program removal. Refer to the Program Compliance module for complete details. Note: certain applications may have additional options available as either radio buttons or checkboxes. Refer to the specific training material for guidance. This concludes the data matching module. Proper handling for listed options, supplemental options, name and email address matching, partial matches, and call dumping were covered. Now complete the following simulation to reinforce these concepts.